Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 8, Chapter 22. The Message I Bring. Your reality is the Atma, a wave of the Paramatma, Supreme Self. The one object of this human existence is to visualize that reality, that Atma, that relationship between the wave and the ocean. All other activities are trivial. You share them with birds and beasts. But this is the unique privilege of man. He has clambered through all the levels of animality, all the steps in the ladder of evolution, in order to inherit this high destiny. If all the years between birth and death are frittered away in seeking food and shelter, comfort and pleasure as animals do, man is condemning himself to a further life sentence. Man is endowed with two special gifts, viveka, the faculty of reasoning, and vijnana, the faculty of analysis and synthesis. Use these gifts for discovering the truth of yourself, which is the truth of everyone else, of everything else. All countries are born and sustained by this earth. All are warmed by the same sun. All bodies are inspired by the same divine principle. All are urged by the same inner motivator. The Vedas are the earliest testaments to the victory of man over himself, his discovery of the underlying unity in all creation, and his pulsating contact with the truth that unifies. They declare, God is Sarva Bhuta Antaratma. God is the inner reality of all beings. Ishavasyam midam sarvam. All this is enveloped by God. Vasudeva sarvam midam. All this is God, Vasudeva. Man should have desire only for liberation. The divine principle that is in everyone is like the electric current that illuminates the bulbs. They are of different colors and different candle powers. The same God shines in and through everyone, whatever be the creed, color, tribe, or territory. The current animates and activates all bulbs. The divine animates and activates all. Those who see differences are deluded. They are befogged by prejudice, egoism, hatred, or malice. Love sees all as one divine family. How does this Atma principle express itself in man? As prema, love. Love is the basic nature that sustains him and strengthens his resolve to march ahead. Without love, man is blind. The world for him will be a dark and fearsome jungle. Love is the light that guides the feet of man in the wilderness. The Vedas laid down 4 goals before man, 2 pairs of goals rather. Dharmartha, morality, wealth, the earning of the wherewithal for living through moral means, and Kama moksha, desire liberation, the attainment of liberation from the twin experiences of pain and pleasure, and the desire for that liberation, and for nothing less than that supreme treasure. All these goals are attainable through the practice of love. Love regulated by Satya, truth, Dharma, righteousness, and Shanti, equanimity. The Vedas teach that man must earn wealth through the path of Dharma, but that is not taken to heart, and wealth is accumulated somehow. The Vedas teach that man should have only one karma, desire, namely for moksha, liberation. This too is not respected. Man is drowning himself in the maelstrom of desire. The fulfillment of that desire can never quench his deeper thirst. How can a prisoner have any other desire than liberation? The widespread anxiety, fear, and unrest, evident all over the world, are the consequences of this mistaken course. Pursue nobler ends, have grander ideals. The human body, so filled with skills, so capable of great adventures, is a gift from God to each of you. It has to be used as a raft on which you can cross this never calm sea of samsara, change, that lies between birth and death, bondage and liberation. Awaken to this primal duty when your physical and mental faculties are keen. Awake while your power of discrimination is sharp. Do not postpone the launching of the raft, for it may become unserviceable soon. It may be burdened with illness, so that all your attention will have to be spent on its upkeep. Think of the incomparable joy that will surge within you when you approach the shore of liberation. Ride safe on the raging waters of samsara, worldly life. Be a witness, do not crave for the fruit of action. Leave the consequences of all acts to God's will. He is the doer, you are but the instrument. Pursue nobler ends, have grander ideals. Sensory pleasures are trinkets, trivialities. The sages have discovered the disciplines that will keep you unaffected by defeat or victory, loss or gain. Learn them, practice them, establish yourself in unruffled peace. In homes and schools, training of the minds of the young on these lines has to be taken up earnestly by teachers and parents. Of course, they must equip themselves for this work by steady practice in meditation and namasmarana, recital of the name of God. In every home, a certain length of time must be fixed every day, in the morning as well as the evening, for readings from spiritual books and namasmarana. Sharing prema is the best of all communions. Parents and children must join in singing the glory of God. In fact, all one's time must be dedicated to God. As a first step, a few minutes may be devoted to the adoration of His glory, or the gauging of the depth of that glory. Gradually, when the sweetness of the habit heartens you, you will devote more and more time, and feel more and more content. The purpose of living is to achieve living in God. Everyone is entitled to that consecration and consummation. You are the truth. Do not lose faith. Do not belittle yourselves. You are divine. However often you slide from humanity to animality or even lower. Cultivate love. Share that love with all. How can you give one person less and another more when they are both the same as you? If you forget the basic divinity, hatred sprouts, envy rises its hood. See the Atma in all, love sprouts. Peace descends like dew. You are Prema Swarupa, embodiments of love. You have been sitting here since hours, in the open, putting up with great discomfort, awaiting me, eager to hear me and see me. I am speaking to you from this dais. only to satisfy that ardor. When I sense your prema, I feel I must share it and allow you to share my prema. That is the best of all communications and communions. The mediation of words is then unnecessary. I have come to light the lamp of love in your hearts, to see that it shines day by day with added luster. I have not come to speak on behalf of any particular dharma, righteousness, like the Hindu dharma. I have not come on any mission of publicity for any sect or creed or cause. Nor have I come to collect followers for any doctrine. I have no plan to attract disciples or devotees into my fold, or any fold. I have come to tell you of this universal, unitary faith, this Atmic principle, this path of love, this Dharma of Prema, this duty of love, this obligation to love. All faiths glorify the one and only God. All religions teach one basic discipline, the removal of the blemish of egoism from the mind. Every religion teaches man to fill his being with the glory of God and evict the pettiness of conceit. It trains him in methods of detachment and discrimination, so that he may aim high and attain liberation. Believe that all hearts are motivated by the one and only God, that all faiths glorify the one and only God, that all names in all languages and all forms man can conceive of denote the one and only God. His adoration is best done by means of love. Cultivate that Eka Bhava, attitude of oneness between men of all creeds, all countries and all continents. That is the message of love I bring. That is the message I wish you to take to heart. Foster love, live in love, spread love. That is the spiritual exercise which will yield the maximum benefit. When you recite the name of God, while remembering His majesty, His compassion, His glory, His splendor, His presence, love will grow within you. Its roots will go deeper and deeper. Its branches will spread wider and wider, giving cool shelter to friend and foe, to fellow national and foreigner. God has a million names. Saints and sages have seen Him in a million forms. They have seen Him with eyes closed and eyes open. They have extolled Him in all the languages and dialects of man, but yet His glory is not exhausted. Carry on the quest of your own reality. Select any name of His, any name that appeals to you. Select any form of His. Every day when you awaken to the call of the brightening east, recite the name, meditate on the form. Have the name and the form as your companion, guide and guardian throughout the toils of the waking hours. When you retire for the night, offer grateful homage to God in that form with that name for being with you, by you, beside you, before you, behind you, all day long. If you stick to this discipline, you cannot falter or fail. I must give you one more advice. Endeavor always to promote the joy and happiness of your fellow countrymen in this continent. Be sharers in their joy and happiness. Bharat is so called because the people of that country have rati, great attachment, to Bhagawan, that is God. They are devoted to God, and so to all the children of God. They are afraid of sin. They are eager to acquire jnana, spiritual knowledge. Resolve to carry on the quest of your own reality. Resolve to live in the inspiration of the constant remembrance of God. Cultivate love, share love. I bless that you achieve success in this endeavor and derive great joy therefrom. Nairobi, Kenya, East Africa, July 4th, 1968.